The long, drawn-out Lane Kiffin saga is finally over for Ole Miss. The Rebels coach leaving Oxford after 6 seasons for a reported 7-year deal worth about $84 million. Now, despite agreeing to take the LSU job, Kiffin hoped to still coach Ole Miss in the college football playoff after leading the Rebels to a program-best 11-1 regular season record. But Ole Miss administrators refused. Instead, they promoted defensive coordinator Pete Golding to head coach. Marty Smith caught up with Kiffin before he boarded a plane headed to Baton Rouge Sunday afternoon.
This was a very challenging, difficult day. You know, we went through a lot last night with Keith Carter trying to figure out a way, to make this playoff, run work and be able to coach the team. And at the end of the day, that's his decision, and I totally respect that. I understand that decision, and so I just totally wish the team the best of luck. Wish that I was coaching, but understand that it was a very challenging position for him and Jansen to be in, and totally respect that. So, just really hope to play really well and go win the national championship.
What drew this decision out so long?
It was really difficult. This has been a really special place. 6 years here. I know that there's a lot of feelings and emotions right now around. I hope when they settle down that there's an appreciation about what we were able to do here and having, the best run that's ever been done in the history of the school, and brought some exciting times. So I'm so appreciative to the people of Oxford and the relationships that I developed here. Just prayed a lot and made a family decision, and hopefully get a chance to go, impact a whole new set of people.
I understand you didn't attend the meeting today. Why not?
Again, I totally respect Keith's decision.
So that was his decision?
Yeah. He asked me not to come to the meeting and said I couldn't come, but which I totally understand. I don't know that I necessarily agree with that. We're trying to find a way, to make this work and coach the team and give the team the best chance to win. But I also, he's got a job to do, and like he said, he has to live here. So he said maybe all the national people understand why he should let me coach, but he has to live here, and it's a little different when you're the AD. So totally respect that, and Keith has been amazing to us over the 6 years.
Why was LSU the right choice for you?
Yeah, just, there was something, this was really hard. My heart was here, but I just, I talked to some mentors, Coach Carroll, Coach Saban, and especially when Coach Carroll said, man, your dad would tell you to go, man, take the shot. Take the shot. You accomplished a lot here. I always hated how we only gave 1 year to Tennessee and left. I really hated that feeling of that, even though it was an exciting year. But, I think that we gave a lot to this program and to the city, and, some of those historic wins in this stadium we've ever had, and best regular season in the history of the school. So I feel proud of that part, but it just became time, talk to God and told me it's time to take a new step. It's a new chapter.
What role did your desire to bring some offensive staff with you or some staff members with you play in the decision-taking moment?
In the decision of what?
In the decision to be finalized.
Yeah, there was no, I guess there's a narrative, because I had to talk to the players about that someone pumped a narrative in them that there was an ultimatum to coaches or something like that they had to go. There was nothing. Every coach has their own decision to make, and I would never give them ultimatums like that. And so, those are all their own individual decisions.
From that to this, time now for the Capital One rewarding performance. And when you pass the bus, it is kind of a big deal. Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love now holds the single-season touchdown record for the Irish, 21 touchdowns. That is 20 back in 1991. Love has been knocking on the door a couple of seasons now because he had 19 a season ago, but now the record is all his.
Rewarding perfect.
To the college game where, as you well know, Lane Kiffin spent his afternoon getting the bird from folks in Oxford. Then he hopped on the bird and gets a hero's welcome in Baton Rouge. Lane Kiffin accepts a 7-year deal worth approximately $12 million annually to coach LSU. He caught up with Marty Smith, or I guess I should say Marty Smith caught up with him to discuss the decision.
That this was a very challenging, difficult day. We went through a lot last night with Keith Carter trying to figure out a way, to make this playoff, run work and be able to coach the team. And at the end of the day, that's his decision, and I totally respect that. I understand that decision, and So I just totally wish the team the best of luck, wish that I was coaching, but understand that it was a very challenging position for him and Chancellor to be in, and totally respect that. So, just really hope they play really well and go win the national championship.
I understand you didn't attend the meeting today. Why not?
Again, I totally respect Keith's decision.
So that was his decision?
Yeah, he asked me not to come to the meeting and said I couldn't come, but which I totally understand, I don't know that I necessarily agree with that, we're trying to find a way, to make this work and coach the team and give the team the best chance to win, but I also, he's got a job to do, and like he said, he has to live here, so like he said, maybe all the national people understand why he should let me coach, but he has to live here, and it's a little different when you're the AD, so totally respect that, and Keith has been amazing to us over the 6 years.
Some people will look at this and say, okay, it is the best season in the history of the school, the best era in the history of the program, a playoff team with an opportunity to win a national championship. So what does LSU offer in your mind that Ole Miss doesn't?
I don't know all that. It just was something that I prayed on and made a family decision, and maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, but I think a lot of times, you just go prove things right, and that's what we're going to do when we get there.
I know this has been an emotional time for you. What are the specific emotions that you'll be watching your team on television playing in the college football playoff?
I don't know that. There's so many emotions today, and it was so rushed. This isn't a normal job, and so I'm not complaining about the job. This is a very abnormal job that you don't get a chance to just go places, look around, make decisions, maybe start in 4 months or something when you relocate. So this is one of those strange jobs that you got to get on a plane and go. So I hate that part of it, but it is what it is.
His is a legitimately fascinating career arc. How many lifetimes ago were the Raiders, the single year at Tennessee, the tarmac at USC? We're all allowed to evolve, and everyone's schedule is different. Sobriety and the discipline taught through yoga speak to a changed and better man. I admire the discipline to do both. But the notion that he could both stay at Ole Miss and go to LSU, and that somehow he's wrong by not being allowed to do both things, is incongruent with reason. It suggests the residue of who he once was, because do we ever evolve entirely? Now, I don't fault the man one bit for taking the LSU job, because it's awesome. I'm not sure how many higher rungs there are on the ladder that one could aspire to. But if I'm Ole Miss, the moment you tell me you're going to go coach there, then that's where you coach, not here. It's a divorce. Sometimes they're messy, and sometimes you end up with your clothes put out in the street. Coming up on the show a little later, Reese Davis with his thoughts on Lane Kiffin's move to LSU, the decision that Ole Miss made.